We typically think of researcher assessment as an activity that occurs only in the context of appointments. The activities, contributions, and results of researchers are evaluated in many other contexts as well. These include, for example, career promotions, salary negotiations, and assessments of research project proposals. Assessments are also conducted when granting competitive funding and selecting individuals for specific responsibilities, such as scientific leadership roles or editorial positions in academic journals. When assessments are used for different purposes, they should be designed accordingly. One of the principles of responsible researcher assessment is that criteria developed for organisational level evaluation should not be used for assessing individuals. For example, it is not always necessary to evaluate all aspects of a researcher's activities. The necessity of each assessment situation should be carefully considered. For example, in motivating people, rewards and enabling actions often work better, but in fair decision-making, assessment is often inevitable. The assessment should be planned, if possible, with those being assessed. At the very least, the assessed individuals should be openly informed about the process and criteria by which they will be evaluated. Organisations should have well-established practices and administrative procedures for assessment. Assessments are guided by laws, regulations, and the organisation's own rules and guidelines. All parties involved in the assessment must have access to necessary information. In practice, evaluations are also guided by habits and beliefs. These are difficult to detect, but it is important to become aware of them because many problems lie precisely within them rather than in the openly stated rules and guidelines. The assessment is led by a group, such as selection committee or individual, for example, a dean. Especially when appointing individuals to the most important academic positions, such as professorships, the actual assessment is carried out by an external, independent evaluator or a group of evaluators who provide a written statement. By designing the evaluation instructions carefully, the organisation can guide the evaluator to act in accordance with the principles of responsible evaluation. If the assessment involves comparing the merits of individuals, the evaluations are compiled and compared. A good assessment culture includes ensuring that all those assessed receive the evaluation statements. If an individual has not been selected for the position they applied for or has not received the grant they sought, it is especially important for them to receive the decision-maker's reasons for the selection. Assessments should always be based on pre-announced criteria, and only official assessment materials should be used, and not, for example, information found online. In researcher assessments, the assessment material often consists of a curriculum vitae, cover letter or equivalent, and a research plan or work plan. Often, the material includes a list of publications. Responsible assessment should also consider other achievements besides scientific publications. To summarise, peer reviewers are key actors in researcher assessments. They are usually fellow researchers from other organisations and often from other countries. Evaluators must be competent in the substance but also in responsible assessment, and they must act in an ethically sustainable manner. University service staff, especially those in HR, also play a crucial role in the assessment process. It is their duty to ensure that the assessment is conducted in accordance with laws and regulations, and that the evaluators are informed about responsible research assessment and correctly understand their responsibilities. The most important actors in every evaluation, of course, are the researchers whose activities, performances, and results are being assessed. A carefully and ethically conducted assessment is primarily in their interest, but it benefits the entire organisation and the whole field of science.